Hi there everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is my A to Z card collab video. It is a collab hosted by Lesley Bromfield, and each month from starting in August of last year through this month, August of 22, we have been going through the alphabet. Every month we are making cards pertaining to 2 letters of the alphabet. We started at A and B August of last year, and we're ending up today with Y and Z. This has been a very fun collab because it's kind of challenged you to think a lot, because you have to make your theme of that card, or something about that card has to do with the letter. Some of the months have been really easy. Other months I've had to really kind of think about what I'm going to do. The only stipulation for this collab is that the cards need to be 5 by 7. Other than that, you're like free to do whatever you want to do. So now for my Y, my daughter actually gave me the idea to just do a yellow card, which I thought was really cute. And I have a lot, every crafter has yellow pretty much, unless you absolutely hate yellow. But I figure most everyone, has yellow in their craft room. I went with this paper pad called Bumblebee's Dance. There is a lot of yellow in there. I tried to stick with the papers. I used this actually I used the yellow and white polka dot as my pattern paper, and then I will show you what I have come up with. So this is the card that I made, and I used one of the cut-aparts. There are this actually has 32 die-cut toppers. Some of them are round and some of them are square. So I went with the square one. I did back a little bit of it with black, just so it would kind of separate the layers of yellow. This embossed piece here was actually from my stash. When I first started doing swaps on Facebook, and this has been probably 10 years or more, one of the swaps that I would do would be like to exchange embossed papers, because not everyone has the same embossing folders. And so we would usually swap 5, 10, 15, something like that. So I went to those papers, and there was a yellow one in there with a really cute sort of a floral design, and I thought that would go really nice with this card. So I just started out by putting the yellow and white polka dot on as the bottom layer. In the pad, there was also this white paper with like a honeycomb pattern, and then the yellow bumblebees. So I just took a strip of that, because the card, this right here, I had already backed it on I used some of that yellow and white polka dot paper to kind of outline the embossed piece. I did that. I probably should have cut this down if I was thinking. If I was thinking about what I was doing, instead of going from just, if I had actually kind of planned my layout, my card design first. So since I didn't do that, this ended up being too wide for me to use the bumblebee paper as like another layer. But I actually like how that turned out anyways, a little bit better. So I just put the stripe of that paper down the center, and I backed it, sort of edged it, I guess, with the black cardstock. So I took the paper up to the top edge and the bottom edge of the yellow layer, and just had the black on the sides. And then this layer here, I put on some foam, and then I just attached the image to, layered it with some black cardstock, and then just stuck it in the middle. And then I used some yellow bling from Dollar Tree just across the top and the bottom, and I really love how that turned out. And it says, "Wishing you a sweet day." And it does have a little bit of purple and green in the flowers, but it's majority of the card is yellow. So I thought that worked perfectly for my Y. I was trying to figure out, before I came up, before my daughter mentioned doing a yellow card, I had been thinking something like yo-yo, or, some kind of particular thing that started with Y. But I think the collar card actually turned out really, really cute. And it is a little bit bulky because the tape that I used is very thick. But I love how that pops that layer off of the bottom layer. So that turned out really cute. Now for my Z card, I went with some Graphic 45 Safari Adventure. I don't have the whole collection. I wish I did, but I think this was, I don't know if this was gifted to me, but for some reason I have like just the 8x8 paper pad. I have this 6x6 patterns paper, and then I have chipboard pieces and tags. I wish I had the sticker sheet. That would have been really nice. I might end up trying to see if I can find the 12x12 like paper collection, because I love this paper. So for my Z, I had originally thought I would just do a zebra card, because I love animals and jungle animals and all kinds of stuff like that, and animal print. I had an idea in my head to do this really wild like zebra print card, but then I've been looking at fun fold cards lately, because next year in 23 I have a plan for incorporating fun folds on my channel. So then I was thinking, well, I could do a Z fold as my Z card. And then my daughter was like, well, why don't you do a zebra Z fold? So again, she kind of gave me the idea. So this is what I have created. I also had like these journal cards, I guess they're called, but they're the larger ones, and there was also some smaller ones, which I do plan on making a few ATCs with those smaller journal cards that are like 3x4. But this one, I just barely cut it down, just enough to cut off. There was like a little, like a thin red border around, and I wanted to cut that off because I wanted to add a layer, like a mat around it. This layer here, this mat, is from the pattern paper. It has that zebra on the front, which I think is a really beautiful image. I used this paper here that has all kinds of like jungle words, safari, it says jungle, lions, Serengeti, and just all kinds of fun, there you can see it better, all kinds of fun like wild jungle safari themed words like journey, just different things like that. And then the animals, I thought that was really cute. And that is the back of, I don't know which is on the back. I don't think I can see any of that backing. But anyways, the Z fold card, it opens up like this. So instead of doing it sideways like that, because a lot of the Z fold cards, you do open them up like this, I decided to do it that way, kind of landscape. And then it can, if you had this back piece up against something, you could actually stand the card up. I added this little chipboard piece to the top. It just says welcome to the jungle. Then when you fold this down, this is the inside layer. And there's Miss Ruby. Want to see what I'm doing? Hey, baby. I've used one of the little smaller journal cards there. I did not put any kind of mat around it because it did have a really thin, like a black border. And then I just took this out of the 8x8 paper pad. There was a sheet with cut aparts. I just cut out this wild safari and just used a little bit of foam tape on that so that it can stand up just a little bit. These are my flowers I like to get from Hobby Lobby. They're by Paper Studio. And, all right, you're playing with my cord. These are from two different packs. I have like a cream and tan, and then I have a black pack. So I just took a few out of each one just to kind of give me a corner up here. And then out of the out of that cut apart sheet, there was a strip that had little tiny circles. So I just used my circle punch and punched out the zebra. And in the center of this little filigree corner, there was like a circle place to put something. So I just hot glued my little zebra up there. So then when you close up the Z fold card, you can barely see that peeking out. And I thought that was really cute because I did want something to show up there on the top, but I wanted it to kind of hide that image. And so I think this turned out really, really adorable. I am in love with this card. I like the design of it, and I love the whole jungle theme. I'm gonna have to start playing with that paper more now that I've gotten it out and looked at it, because I've got some ideas for different things to do with it because it's really gorgeous paper. All right, Miss Ruby. So there are the cards that I have created for the very last installment of the A to Z card collab. If we do not do this next year, I have an idea of something I'm going to do on my channel, but it'd be fun if she did kind of, you know, have us go through it again, starting with, I guess it'd have to start next month since it started August of last year. But this has been a really fun collab, and going through, you know, 2 letters of the alphabet each month. I'd like to thank you for stopping by and checking out my projects, my Y and my Z card. In the description below, I'll have the links to the other participants, and you can check out their videos and see what they have created for the Y and Z cards as well. And I will see everyone in my next video. Take care.